Harv, can you hear me? I'm having technical difficulties. Hello? Can anybody hear me? Brilliant. Got sound here. E Wood, thanks very much. I don't know because I've got these things in. I'm trying to invite the guests in, but you'll have to bear with me because I'm really rubbish at this. It's all a learning curve. Let's see. Still not here. If Donna, if you're watching, D, get in. Press the link again. Si, press the link again. Can't hear bugger all, mate. Oh, thank you. Do it again, Donna. Go on. Hopefully she'll just come in now. Guests, come on. Press the link. It's like voodoo stuff, isn't it? I'm having another drink. Anyway, if anybody can hear me, welcome to the live chat. It's all a big learning curve. Gosh, since January, I've learnt loads. Been all over England to different demonstrations. Never thought at my age and at this time in my life I would be doing this kind of thing. It'd be a great shame if this didn't work tonight because they've put a lot of effort and energy into organising this demo in Wallsal at Bescott on Monday the 8th. They're still not here. Come on. That's it. No, I know. The browser keeps cutting off and then it just come back on again. Wow. How did they do this? I don't know. I'll go back again. Right, back. Still waiting for them. I've got my pound blank glasses on. It's got like a scratch there. I'm doing this through StreamYard. Gosh, I've been on it. Hey, D. Can you hear me, D?
Hear me, Bab?
Is she there?
Hope so. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
you can hear me, okay?
We've got action. Yeah, hey, D, thanks for joining. It really is a learning curve. I'm so sorry about all the techie rubbish things, but I'm rubbish because I'm an old woman with my pound lag glasses on. Are you there? Oh, yeah. There you are.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
Can you tell us if you can hear Donna?
Yeah, I can hear you, Bab. I can hear you.
Right, while we're waiting for Si to join, he did join before. He ain't there yet. So while we're waiting for him, I'm going to do a short introduction just to bore everybody. But I need to get it off my chest. So I'm going to introduce why we're all doing this day, right? So look, I've been to multiple. Oh, sounds going a bit funny. Been to multiple demos over the last since January. Over the last 3 years, The number of illegal migrants entering this country has exploded. There are now, out of 43 local authorities in England alone, 42 local authorities have hotels accommodating undocumented, unvetted, illegal men. So over 400 hotels in England, Wales and Scotland are accommodating these people. And this is costing the English taxpayer over £6 million a day. And they keep on coming in almost every day by rubber dinghies, lorries, boats, and I even think that they're coming across on the ferries and on aeroplanes and trains, you know, the Eurotunnel. Okay, so that's how they're getting in. The crisis on top of the cost of living crisis, the energy bills are soaring. It's like a big laugh in the face of the average English taxpayer. Usually, the average person on a minimum wage now has to work about 60 hours per week just to get by. That's without the holidays, without like leisure activities or luxury items. That's just to pay your £200 a week bill now for food. I bet, I kid you not, if you're an average family, right, and if you've got a couple of pets, because dog food's soaring as well, I reckon it's between, I would think, £150, £200 a week. No, I kid you not. There's only me and my son, and we're lucky to have change out of that. I know that we vape and I like my wine, but we won't talk about that. So while we are here, we have to, in this country, undertake extreme vetting just to work, like in the care industry. So we have to undertake DBS checking. We have to have a DBS if you're running your local lads football team. You have to fill in a form, get people to verify it's you. They have to see if you're all right with the place, right? While these people can just enter this country illegal with no paperwork, no documents, no tissue out of nothing, right? While our average dad, who's probably driving a lorry or driving, packages around the country just to get by, has to fill in a form. It's just a great big two fingers up to the people that have been born in this country and have got generations in this country, that we have to do all that just to get a bloody British passport or to get a DBS check to work, where these people don't do anything. I think it's disgusting. Just two fingers up. Take the village of Kegworth, right? That's a prime example, right? A population of about 1,000, I think 300, right? The village of Kegworth, within not much notice at all, the greedy owner, Jeremy Peck, decides to take on a lucrative contract with Serco and close the hotel to accommodate 200 illegal migrants, all men, right? The lovely hotel had a spa, had a gym, it still has, a swimming pool, was a popular venue for weddings, children's swimming lessons, children's parties, community groups, and overnight was taken away from the village and the community and is now accommodating 200 undocumented, unvetted, multiple from multiple different countries and different cultures. So who is it left to in Kegworth? A group of women who got together and organised a demo quite quickly when they heard about it, and now keep those protests going. All women, well done. Again, this one, all women. We look at the Cannock one, the two women leading there, two women there, and the same in Ireland. You know, the women in this country now are having to stand up and protect ourselves and our women and our children, right, against all these unknown men. Ireland, most of the leaders and organisers are women, the ones that go outside and stand outside the hotel with all their handmade signs.
Yeah.
And why? Because we're all scared. No, we're all scared because we know the implications of 55,000 men that we don't know the backgrounds, we don't know where they're from. They're saying that they come from war-torn. Well, that doesn't mean nothing. That means worse if they're coming from war-torn countries, because if they're coming from war-torn countries, they've probably got multiple problems. Do you know what I mean? And then there's our children who've been brought up decently, who've never really been used to violence or fighting or anything like that, lived in a peaceful country, are faced with all these mentalists, really. Now, they won't all be like that, because I am quite reasonable when I'm not ranting. They won't all be like that. But I just wanted to put into context why I'm doing this, why I've got my channel, why I'm inviting you, and you and Zay and Sai have done some fantastic work. We're all scared to death what's going to happen to this country, and I think it's already too late. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, rant over. Now,
No.
You don't disagree with anything I've said. I think I've been quite tame. I think I've been quite lame. I am absolutely terrified to death of what's going to happen in this country in terms of what we're letting in. And I'm not being unkind, because look, the government has said that they will commit to the women and the families of Ukraine. It can't be men, because they must be all fighting. It said it's going to commit to the people of Hong Kong, who were mainly all families and business people. It said it's going to commit to the coalition government and people that worked in the Afghan coalition and help the armed forces of America and England. They've said that they'll take so many thousands from Afghan. Now we've got a Sudanese crisis, Sudan being messed up by bigger, powerful countries. Now we have to help them. When does it bloody end? We're a small island, so is Ireland. Why us? Why? Well, we've got the biggest population in terms of our area. Why us? And so that's me. I'm done in terms of ranting. There's not many watching. So thanks. Well, how did you arrive and get to where you are now in terms of getting it all together?
I think one of the first points I want to address is that you've mentioned, the people that, worked for the military in Afghanistan, and people from Hong Kong. Now we've got people in Sudan who are coming over, and these people are genuine refugees, and we haven't got an issue with that, because we've got a duty of care to look after British citizens, even though some people might sort of like consider, well, are they technically British just because they've got a British passport? But our problem isn't with genuine refugees from a UN sort of like description of what an official refugee is. I think our problem is that we have got a government. We've got a government. We've got authorities that are in place that do not care about how we feel or our concerns, and they've bypassed that. And now it's the working class communities that are having to face the brunt end of, as we've said, like, unvetted, mainly men coming into our areas. And this is one of the reasons why I've joined with Sion, with Z, is we've seen in Wallsal, around the Beskett area, an increase of almost 100% in crime rates. That's including violent assaults and sexual assaults compared to this time last year. And and it's having a really negative effect on the area, but also it's having an effect with the homeless crisis in Wallsal as well. And we've been working with another organisation called Beskett Outreach to the Homeless. And we've been working with them, going out, helping the homeless people around the Beskett area of Wallsal, and making sure that they've got either homeless hostel accommodation for the night, or that they've got enough food or enough drinks, and they've got shelter for the night. And it's having a negative impact on the local morale of people, especially, as you mentioned, through this cost of living crisis. And nobody is being able to talk about it openly or mention it. Otherwise, you instantly shot down as being some sort of like racist or xenophobe. And why shouldn't we be welcoming, like, the world? And the issue isn't around like genuine refugees. It's around like you know, it's around the government and the government contractor Serco, who have forced upon Warsaw like over 200 unvetted men from who arrived in the UK over on dinghies last year, and you know, they bypassed the council, they bypassed you know, having any sort of like contact with the public, any concerns that the public might have, and that's the reason why, you know, the three of us have got together to raise public awareness and to sort of like bring it to the table of the council to open up a discussion for a public forum. And you know, and we felt that having it near where the hotel is would bring a lot more attention, media attention, and attention of the council to, you know, discuss this.
Sorry, I'm just going to respond. Drunken monsters. I agree.
Yeah.
I think Dee is a lot more tolerant of the Wales issues than I am. It's just a comment that I've seen. I'm not sure I can reply because I haven't got. I'd love to reply to that because I agree with him. I also want to tell you, I agree with everything you've said, and I was listening. I also want to just say that their audits is in the chat, saying he would love to do some work with you guys with your home, you know, your homeless charity. So just hook up with him afterwards. Yeah, he's saying he'd like to you know, join you in some of that work. So that's really good, isn't it? That,
that is absolutely brilliant. Sadly, Sam isn't able, or not Sam, Z isn't able to join us tonight. She's done some fantastic work with the homeless around the Bescot area. And, you know, and we've gone out and done a street patrol, making sure that the homeless are okay and making sure that the people in Wallsal are okay as well. And we actually videoed some sort of like, I wouldn't say crime going on, but there wasn't that what we videoed recording in Wallsal Town Centre wasn't conducive to a pleasant night out for any locals that were going to enjoy themselves on an evening.
Yeah.
It was a very hostile environment with drug gangs, street gangs, migrant gangs hanging around.
Really?
And you know, there was three of us and we felt intimidated.
Yeah, I get that. You know, I don't feel safe in many cities. That's why I don't go. But some people have to live in them. This is my issue. Some people have to live in those cities. They can't move away. They can't get out. So this is why I do my little bit, which is minute, and you do a lot more than I do. So
well, Warsaw is very much like a lot of towns and cities around the country, where the heart of the town has become desolate. Shops run down, you know, and empty. It's become pedestrianised, and you know, it's become sort of like a centre point and attraction for, you know, undesirables, like who've got a criminal sort of like agenda to congregate in these places. And you know, it's sort of like a epidemic around the country. It's not just isolated. And you know, this has been decades in the making. And one of the things that I'm going to be raising at the rally on Monday is like, is this what we're facing over the past 3 years and what we're going to face this coming year, with possibly 100,000 people coming over on the dinghies alone? Is it just coincidental? Is it something that, you know, all of a sudden just a few people in Africa or the Middle East have decided, oh well, let's go to Europe, let's go to England, and other people have caught on thinking, oh, let's go and do that as well? Or has there been a design about it? Has it been organised? Because
Well, we
what we're
can all
seeing,
answer that. We can all answer that. We've all got our
yeah,
own views, haven't we? I think
yeah, and
it's a bit of a punishment if you listen to some of the president of Russia. I dare say his name on YouTube because we're not allowed to say anything. But if you listen to, there's a conflict going on, isn't there, in
yeah,
Eastern Europe? And I think if you listen to one of those leaders, he said that's all right because you're going to be inundated with migrants. He said it. He said it.
yeah,
And look what happened at the Belarus border, and Poland had to get tough. Do you remember?
yes,
You know, they brought them in on planes. I think it's
yeah,
a bit of both. Definitely orchestrated, definitely from the 1%. But I won't get into the conspiracy again. YouTube won't like that either. But
yeah,
I think it's orchestrated. But I think you've hit the nail on the head. And I think if you talk to people who've been here 4 generations from different countries, and they're now 4 generations in, what they actually came here. It was a good country, a prosperous country, a tolerant country, invited other people from other countries. And if
yeah.
you worked, you did well, you could have a reasonable standard of living in comparison to other countries where it's quite hard. Even the environment is quite, the elements, the weather is hostile. So I think that a lot of people are living in the heat, places like Sudan, and they only have a couple of maybe £1 a week to live on. Same like Kenya, I've been there. These countries that are really, really quite poor and don't have houses and they don't have electric. I think that if you could make it to Britain, you think you've got the lottery. And I think people think UK, we all look after. Our mantra has been that we'll look after people who are seeking refuge and we'll give them benefits.
I think what we've seen over the past 3 years is it's beyond what we would call, normal migration, normal immigration patterns. What we've seen, what a lot of people are seeing and talking about it in secret is that migration has been weaponized. And now it's like with everything else that we're facing in the UK, in Europe, in the Western culture, a lot of things are being weaponized against our culture, our identity, our heritage, and and we're getting attacked from all angles, and it's getting more and more intense. And so what I've seen is, I truly believe that it is weaponized, that there is an agenda, and people have got different theories to why they are only men that are here, rather than families and children. There's a whole range in the spectrum of theories, ranging from like they're UN soldiers, others, are saying other things. But what we see in the UN's agenda is this phenomena, what they call a phenomena of climate migrants. So this is tying in with the UN's 2030 agenda. And the part of that is this global migration from third world countries into Europe, into Western countries, and it will be labelled climate migration. But we know that we're having the wool pulled over our eyes, and people, I think, over the past 3 years have come to realise that we've been lied to, not just on this point, but on a lot of issues that we've faced as a nation. And what we are seeing now is just government knee-jerk reactions to the upcoming by-elections and stuff, that on the one hand they want this migration to come in because economically it's viable for them,
Yeah,
but
cheap
they want to
labour.
be seen to the voting public that they are doing something about it. Oh, let's put them on, on these barges or on these ships out of the way.
Oh,
Let's
load of
keep
rubbish.
moving them around the country. And if one town makes a noise, then what we'll do is we'll secretly take them out of the hotels and put them into another town or village until they start, standing up and saying like, no, we don't want it here.
I don't think they can take them out the hotels. People are saying, oh, they're going to take them out the hotels. Why would they
Yeah.
take them out the hotels? It'll be more costly to put them on the liner. These ridiculous about putting them on boats. The most cost-effective way is either those Nightingale hospitals that they planned for us, in the pandemic, or the disused army bases like RAF Scampton and all like that. That there was a protest. I mean, there's been multiple protests. I mean, I can list them since January. And some have worked. The local one in Cottingham worked. They didn't put the 1,000 in the old students' accommodation in the at Cottingham. It's like quite a middle-class village on the outskirts of Hull. I'm going to put them on the ground there. That worked. All the locals came out for that. But you see, a lot of people, including me, it's like I'll go and support what I call my people, at different towns, different things, because I'm not selfish. Do you know what I mean? I can see it's happening. If that's happening to my people, it's happening to me. So I saw that those Cottingham people were just doing it for themselves because they didn't want them in that. You know what they call it? What's that word? NIMBY, is it? Not in my backyard. And,
Yeah.
I sometimes think that the middle class that are living near these barracks are the same, but they're not bothered about our working class that are they're on top of them in these. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think to myself, well, they're here, aren't they? And they haven't stopped them coming in. So I'd rather them be in a big field out in the middle near all the middle class. Thank you. Yes, I would. Get them out of the hotels, away from the little lasses that are vulnerable. I'm going to tell it as it is. I don't care who tells me on my channel that I'm not. I don't give a shit. I've had enough. I've gone past the point of no return now. Get them out of the vulnerable working class areas, where you can't really see them because it's crowded. And let's get them in a field where we can see them then, shall we? Let's get them in behind these big fences. And I know people are going to say, oh, you're not bothered about our... No, I'm not, because I protect the vulnerable, thank you. And I'm not a virtue signaler. I'm not saying that I'm a brilliant person. I'm not saying I'm a nice person. I'm not hashtag be kind. No, I'm not. And I don't come on and say, oh, no, I don't, because I've had enough. I'm worried about the state of the country. I'm worried about the people, my people, who I've always thought of my people, struggling and looking worried and fucking depressed all the time. That's what I'm worried about. That there's nobody that I know that's looking forward to anything, including myself. Do you know what I mean? And what is that? It's like a dark, dark cloud over us. Locked away.
I think
locked away in our bloody houses, made to wear dead paper sets, and going down bloody arrows in supermarkets, being bullied to take a bloody injection in your arm when I'd never had the vaccines as a kid anyway. So I don't know why they were telling me that I had to have bloody vaccines, because my mother never even believed in it anyway. So and now we're getting all these. I could. Well, I'm not going to. Go on, just talk over me, because honestly, the amount of protest that's been going on, and do you know what's really disappointing? When nobody turns up, and I just think, don't you care? Are you not bothered? Are people just giving up already? Have they? I don't know. Have they?
I hope not. Genuinely, I hope not. Because, what we are facing is unsustainable in this country.
Yeah.
We cannot handle the ones that came in 3 years ago, let alone the 100,000 that are anticipated to come in this year. And then the year after, and then the year after that. It's not going to stop. And I truly think that this, like everything else over the last 3 years, is some sort of like social experiment.
Yeah, so right.
thought
And
hasn't been.
most people fell for it.
Yeah, and
Most people fell for it. Can't believe it.
Walsall Council, right, have to take into consideration, right, we've got 210 men in the hotel who are having their applications for remain to stay in this country. Or is it remain to leave or leave to remain? That's it, leave to remain. It sounds very Brexity, doesn't it? Leave to remain. It's, we're going to leave and then remain, which is probably what's happened. But anyway, enough about Brexit.
It seems like a bloody long time ago, that, doesn't it, now, Brexit?
I know, but they're waiting to have their application to remain to leave to remain heard. So at the moment, while they're having those applications being put through, Serco are paying the hotel however much, £150 per person per night.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, they are.
But as soon
as
as
166,000 asylum claims in, who the fuck's paying for that?
Yeah,
because we can't get legal aid. It's very difficult to get legal aid now. So these Care for Calais, Stand Up for Resident, all these like NGOs, all these bloody charities are all going into these hotels, giving them probably phones, I don't know, I can't say, but clothes, having their hair cut, playing games with them, taking them out on trips, possibly finding them cash in hand work, while all us lot, idiots, are like working our fingers to the bone to try and pay a bloody energy bill or your grocery bill.
Care for Calais.
Somebody just put in the chat, sorry, I'm on a rant again, I am naughty. Somebody just put in the chat, really well said. None of them can read or write, and they can't speak English. So NHS is going to be under pressure. The education system's going to be under pressure. The transport system, the housing system, not to mention all the other things that I can't be thinking. I don't know now because I've had Prosecco.
Well, do you know what I mean? If we just go to the housing,
all the infrastructure, where does it all bloody end? It's absolutely insanity. And I can't believe I'm living in Clanwell. You know, when you get channels come up, they're absolutely right when they say, oh, you're not allowed to say this, you're not allowed to say that. The Marxists are absolutely running the show. And I tell you what, I'm gonna probably do time, and I am gonna go to jail because they're not telling me what to say. You meet them on the street, then they're oh well, you know they're coming from. I just say no, don't want any more, and I don't care who's around me, whether they're from bloody Zimbabwe or anything. I don't want them anymore here. We've got enough. We are sinking. There.
Yeah, and this is why we put on this organised this demo, is because, like, as concerned mothers and grandmothers and parents, we fear for what's going to be happening this coming summer. Well, you know, when the kids are off school and they're going to be exposed to this, this rising crime rates around the Bescot area.
Exactly what in an island.
And there's going to be an increase in homelessness as well. And and this is the reason why we've put this, so we can voice our concerns, that the people of Walsall and other people can voice their concerns in unity. We need to stand together, the parents, not just of Walsall but of the UK, and the people of the UK need to come together and stand in unity as one voice and say, enough's enough. We've tolerated the intolerable enough. We are a tolerant people. If people are in genuine care, we help people. But this is being forced upon us without any concern to our concerns, our children's well-being. All what we hear about is rights for this, rights for that, religious rights for this, LGBTQI alphabet rights, ethnic rights, but where are the rights for our children? Where are the rights? for our vulnerable homeless people? Where are the rights for our vulnerable veterans who have been made homeless,
Where are
who
the rights
served?
for our men? Where are the rights for our men? Don't
Yep,
forget, we've bullied them into women's rights for the last fucking 100 years, haven't we? And we've
yep,
only just got them sorted. Sorry, blokes. Right? But where's their rights? They are
yep,
the worst people, white English men in today's society that I know. And I've got
yep,
2 sons, and I am disgusted with the way that they're being treated. And soon we are going to be the minority. And let's hope that they'll just treat us like little white rabbit pets, because I think it's going to be an eye opener. I can see it going like South Africa. I didn't mention South Africa, did I? Where was all the South African refugees when they were getting killed in South Africa?
yep,
Do you know what I mean? There's
yep,
about 5 million left. I was speaking to somebody. I was doing a bit of work in Guild, looking at this hotel that was being sold, and I was speaking to one of the residents who comes from South Africa. You're not allowed to have a job there as a white person. The only way that you're allowed to work there is if you have your own business, and if somebody's got a business from the employer. Did you know that?
yeah.
Right.
It's reverse colonisation, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
reverse racism, reverse colonisation.
And the leftists will say, oh, you brought that. Well, no, actually, we didn't, because we were always the working class in this country. It was the
Yeah,
other people who were the colonists. But who cares whether we were colonists? Somebody was doing the whole of the world has been invaders. Do you know what I mean? It isn't
yeah,
just this part. It isn't just England that went out to explore the world. Other people did it as well. But we seem to be the bad ones, don't we?
yeah.
I'm fed up with
Can I
it.
just say something about, another reason why I'm so passionate about
Yeah.
what's happening to our country, and the wanton destruction to our country, to our heritage, is that back in 2014-15, I was one of the founding trustees for a charity in Birmingham, a Christian charity. And one of the things that we did was help asylum seekers and refugees and migrants, settle into the community, integrate into the community, and it was an eye opener. There were genuine people that we helped. There were people that weren't genuine and that. But the crunch came for me back in March the 22nd, 2017, with the attack on Westminster. And we found out that the terrorist, the Islamic terrorist who committed the attack, was linked to terror cells in Birmingham, in Winton Green, where the charity was based. And some of the people who were involved with this terror cells were actually using the charity that we were running. And I thought, it's an enemy within. We've got a fifth column in this country. And, I started to see the true scale of what we are facing as a country. We've sleepwalked as a nation,
Yeah.
as a tolerant nation. We've sleepwalked our way over
Absolutely.
generations into this, and now we think it's bad. Wait until our children are our age, and they've got children, and they've got grandchildren. The demographics of Britain are going to change. The cultural, the culture of England and Britain is going to change, and it is going to become, sadly, it's we've seen it in other countries. You've mentioned South Africa, so I'm speaking.
Sweden? What about Sweden?
Yeah. So I'm speaking from. Sorry, I'm just speaking from a little bit of experience, of working with asylum seekers and refugees and and
yeah.
migrants, and then and then actually being down in Dover when migrants are landing on the beaches or coming in on lifeboats or on border force vessels, and you see, gosh, these are not genuine refugees. Why have they come with the latest branded clothes on? Why have they got smartphones? Why have they got money?
Yeah.
And
I
it's like,
think. Well,
where are
my
the
take on
children?
that. My take on that is that they want to be over here for some reason. I don't know what the reason is. There's lots of theories about them being a UN army and all like that. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know. My mind's very open to anything. I'm not going to disrespect other people's theories because my mind is always open. I mean, in the last
yeah,
2 years, my mind's been changed dramatically on lots and lots of issues. But what I will say is, why, when you watch, I don't watch mainstream TV. I just watch on YouTube. My favourite subscribers. I watch Netflix. At the minute, I'm watching the Last Kingdom, which is very, very apt, actually. Going back to King Alfred. Yeah, it's very, very interesting, right? And I really enjoy it. But why, when you see Sudan and the conflict there, and it says, "Oh, we're rescuing British nationals," and I'm an older woman, right? And I
yeah,
don't get it. And I live in a bit of a bubble. I live here with the dogs. I don't mix with many people, especially because of my views, especially because of the COVID stuff and what I'm doing now. I've got a very, 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 very tiny circle, so I do not mix. Yeah, but I look and I think they're not British nationals, surely. There's not a white person amongst them.
mm,
Do you know what I mean? And do you know why that is? It's because you can come to this country and stay a couple of years, get a British passport, right, and then go wherever you like, and then you can still claim your citizenship or whatever. And so when there's a bit of trouble, we're British citizens. All right, we'll come and get you then. Do you know what I mean? And a
yeah,
lot of people are living out there. They live there.
yeah,
So how come, if they're living there and they're from there, or they've got connections to that part of the world, why are they British nationals? And don't tell me they're all British diplomats, because they're not. No, they're not. And one
mhm,
of them was a family that didn't look Irish at all. When I've been brought up, when I look at Irish people, they look like me, but they might have different coloured hair. Do you know what I mean? Because mine's like a bit boring, it's brown, right? But some Irish people have got like ginger hair or blonde hair, or if you look at the Celtic, Celts, I guess, and all that
yeah,
kind of region, they look like me, but they have their own characteristics of that area. If you look at the old kingdoms, right? They didn't look like that. They had a different skin colour. Their hair was dark, right? And they didn't look Irish. What's going on? Can you explain it to me? As an old woman, what the hell is going on? So, are they British, or is it just a laugh?
yeah. We've become a joke. Honestly, we
Are they British, or are we just having a laugh? Do you know what I mean?
yeah. Well,
Sorry,
it's
I've
this.
lost it, guys. I've gone. I'm over the edge with it all. It's no good, like, censoring me anymore.
Well, it's in line with the UN ends 2030 agenda, isn't it? This global civilization that we get rammed down our throat by Klaus. You will eat the bugs swab, right? At the World Economic Forum. All this globalized, you become a global citizen. There's no borders. There's no national identity. There's, you know, and it's just become global socialism. We should call them Gazis, not Nazis. They're not national socialists. They are global socialist Gazis. That's what it is. They're
I like
Gazis.
that. I've never heard of that. I like that.
That's what we should
I'm
call them.
always
The global
hey,
socialists.
D. I'm always being called a Nazi. It's
Yeah,
it's NARC ZI. Nazi. You know, really
Naughty.
posh.
Yeah.
Nazi. You're not. I know a Nazi when I see one. That's what they. That's what they say to me.
Oh, you're going to have a bath instead of a bath.
A
So shall we call them?
bath.
Shall we call them
Yeah.
Gartsies then? Gartsies.
Nazi. When I know a Nazi when I see one. They're so posh. Even when they
Yeah.
ring me up, you know, with they don't disclose. It's such a posh prank call, you know, the lefties.
Yeah.
You can tell it's them because they're so posh. You know, they can't even be nasty. They can't even be nasty in a rough common way. Do you know what I mean? You always know when it's them because the Nazi. I do not like them.
Mm.
They get on my nerves.
If we can go back just to one point in
Yeah,
this
keep me
spider's
on
web
track
of,
because I've had a bottle now.
yeah, is if we look at the housing situation.
Oh, you've gone. Don't leave me on my own. Oh, she's gone. Well, a Nancy. Oh, I can chat to the people now. Oh, there were some brilliant comments, but I didn't want to. The Twilight Zone. You're absolutely right, David. It is the Twilight Zone. I think I'm losing it. I can't. I cannot. I can't carry on just being a normal person anymore. I have to just say what I like now. It's got to the point with some of us, I think, that they just have to come to the door and take me off in a van because I'm not conforming to this crap anymore. I'm not. Absolutely not. I hope she clicks the link again. But going back to the demo, it's going to be a good one. There's lots of good speakers. We didn't get to that because we just rambled on, didn't we, about other stuff. But getting back to it, there's quite a few good speakers going. A few of them that I know is Simon Bean, who was a veteran, who was a really top lad. He's going to be speaking. Who else is going to be speaking? I can't remember now. I think Dave Sunderland is speaking, Yorkshire Patriots. I think Alex Sherbury is going to be speaking on Monday. I think they've got quite a good lineup, but the most important thing is there's going to be local grandmas speaking, and I think they're going to get the two men that they've been helping, the dad and son who are on the streets of Wallsal. I think they're going to get them to say a few words, which I think is going to be legendary. I am so pleased about that. You know, just normal people speaking about their story and about how they feel about it. But going back to the demos, I just want to remind you how many there's been, right? Since January, Patriots of England, Scotland, and Ireland have been out every month on the streets. For me, it started with Cottingham and the opposing 1,000 migrants going into ex-student accommodation, and the university decided not to sell it, and that was a victory. And then the whole demo against the illegal migrants. There's been 2 demos in Hull. I think they've got about 2-3 hotels. Since 2019, I think the Station Hotel has had illegal migrants in it. And then following that, there was Leeds, a good protest there. After that, there was Knowsley, which was quite controversial. I was at that, you know, when people got a bit unruly and started taking it out on the police vans. I'm not going to say too much on that because it seemed a bit suspect. Being there myself, I didn't really say much about the demo or after because it was a bit troubling. It's something that I don't particularly want to repeat to be involved in again. It was a bit scary, but I understood their anger. And then there was Rotherham that went quite well. After that, there was Cannock. There's been 3 at Kegworth, with the ladies at Kegworth. The first one was very well attended from the village. But as usual, you know, when you get quite a momentum going with usual demos, people seem to lose the motivation and don't turn up. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether they give up on it. I understand it. But we have to keep going. At least it gives you a voice, doesn't it? And then after the Kegworth demo, there was the Lincoln demo against the RAF Scampton. and that was run by Scott and Alex and David, who'd done Skegness came after that, which was brilliantly organised by Scott and Alex. They've had 2 demos there that were quite well attended, and they do quite they do a hard working is that group, and they're actually working towards the Leeds demo, which is next month. I do believe the date's been changed to the 10th, so watch out on Facebook for that one, because that's going to be a big demo, I think. So Skegness, and then after that was Long Eaton. Now Long Eaton was terrible, really, because the left just really intimidated the organisers of that one. They surrounded them. All the usual suspects and leaders of the left were there, nasty people. Not all of them, but the leaders are. There's some awful, violent people. Long Eaton and Dover, they had one down in Dover. The Wales, I think they've had a couple down in Wales. I don't know, because it's too far for me to go. One up in Scotland, 1 or 2 up in Scotland. And I've been told there's 1 or 2 going on in Northern Ireland. But again, it's hard because I haven't got any communications with anybody in Northern Ireland to send me any clips to put on my channel for you all to see. But definitely in Ireland, they've had enough. And it's interesting about Ireland. I didn't really pay much attention a couple of years ago. I dared some talk that there was a lot of migration to Ireland. Let's call it that for now. But then when I've seen this year the amount of people that are fed up in Ireland, and you see the clips and what's going on in the cities, and add to stream. Are you back? When you see what's going on, yeah, I'll just finish this spiel. When you see what's going on in Ireland with the clips and the other day that I saw somebody that had put up a clip up on YouTube, and she listed the number of I want to say it properly so that I don't get a strike. Crimes against women. Let's put it like that. Let's put it like that. Oh, there was a long list. So she read them all out, and honestly, I felt emotional when I heard it, and I thought, that's coming here. That is coming here. It's got to come here, because they have had. I think they've had more. I remember Sonia Poulton going on about it a while ago, and some other person that I didn't pay much mind to it. You're distracted by life. You're distracted by having to make a living, looking after your kids. You know, my mum was dying last year. We had COVID. Before that, I had. You always have something, don't you, that bloody pisses you off or makes you like sad in life. I'm not going to go on about it because I'm not a victim, and I don't. There's plenty of people want to talk about their crap. I'm not going to do it. It's boring. But the stuff that distracts you in life, that takes you off course, and you think, oh, can't cope with this week. Do you know what I mean? And then when I started looking at it, when I had some time this year to look at it, oh my goodness, in Ireland it's shocking, absolutely shocking. I can't even bring the words to describe what's happening there. I can't. And then when you start going out into cities in England, I reckon the same's happening here. But we're a bigger country, aren't we? So the press and that are all under the cabals and the 1%, the Illuminati, because that's what I believe in. That's how I frame fucking everything, right? They're under their clutch. They're all in it. They're all in the big club, and you're not in it. That's Chris Paul. He says that. You won't get to know. You won't get to know what's going on. You only get to know, if you know somebody that's happened. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, come on, save me here, because I'm just on a rant about all the protests. I've listed them all. There's huge amount of protests across the country. Huge amounts.
Yeah, and the government have done good in trying to break up the momentum of the early demonstrations, because the earlier demonstrations were very raw, very passionate, and very emotional, very real emotions and anger that people were feeling. But somehow whether the government have infiltrated, whether the left have infiltrated, the momentum has broken off a bit, and we saw that in Cannock on Sunday. So hopefully Monday, this coming Monday, is a new start, and hopefully we can get the numbers to join us, and that people can stand unified. It doesn't matter where you stand on the spectrum within our movement, in the greater movement, is that what we are facing as a nation, as a people, as a culture, is the eradication of our heritage and our culture. Is that there's no time for any more infighting or posturing. We need to stand unified, and we need to be able to get numbers to each demo, to make sort of like to make the government become concerned that we need to listen to the voice of the people, because they have made a massive mistake, and the authorities and the police, they have not listened to the will of the people. They have misread the mood of this nation. Trust me, right? Me and Z and Sai, we've come together. We're just ordinary people. I used to work for a Christian charity helping asylum seekers and refugees. But what is it that's making me be a normal person, right? A tolerant, considerate person? What is making me have this conviction, have this fire to say, it's not enough just posting about this online. I need to get on the streets. I need to go and visit the homes. I need to go and see things for myself. I need to go and see these migrant hotels for myself and see what is actually happening. What is it that's making us, as mothers, as parents, right, have this conviction to say enough's enough? Because we can see what is happening, and the government and the authorities have bypassed us, and that is the biggest mistake.
Absolutely.
Trust me. Enough.
Enough is enough. You're quite right. This is the last thing that I want to do. The last thing that I want to be, doing, right? But what is it that's driving us and giving us a passion? The amount of money I've spent in petrol costs going around to demonstrations. Like my this is what's driving you. I had so many hobbies. You were doing this, and then you've just ditched them all to just do this one thing, and you don't even know that you go on your own. I went to I forgot. Oh, please God forgive me. I forgot the brilliant people of Carlisle. When I was mentioning the demos. What inspires somebody like me to get in the car and drive 3 hours and go into Carlisle from Yorkshire? Is no mean feat. When it's really bad weather, some of those roads are impassable. There's sheep on the side of the road. I went 3 hours and 3 hours back to their demo. Didn't know anybody. Nobody said, "Oh, Lou, do you want to come?" No, I just seen it. I went, "Yeah, I'll go there." Same day Dover was on. I thought it was a bit much for me, that 4.5 hour drive. So I went down to Carlisle. I'm so glad I did. Just local people, just normal local people, not in any group, not in politics or anything, right? Said they would meet outside of McDonald's in the centre. Even the police didn't know anything about it. Topped off, right? And there was nobody there, just me and the police, which in many occasions there has been, right? And obviously they didn't know me there. Locally they do, and they tell me my name. Aren't they funny? Right? But gets there, the left were there, so I did a bit of footage of them, and then all of a sudden, about 5 minutes past the hour, 200 locals right behind me, just facing the left. I had a few words to the left for about 20 minutes, turned the back on them, bye losers, and marched all the way up, and it was a long walk up the hill, went right outside the hotel, no speeches, no, and said their piece. And do you know what? I was proud to be amongst them. And they were local, just like the Kegworth girls. Do you know what I mean? Look, that demo, that nighttime demo, local people. Because we've had enough. We've absolutely had enough. They didn't organise a demo with loads of speakers. No, they just wanted to tell people. They tell the authorities, we've had enough, get them out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I could go on to say what they were angry about, but I'm not going to, because YouTube don't like it. And Knowsley was loads and loads of feedback on that. That it had been
I think things are going to get. I think things are going to get worse, because
yeah, well,
what we're facing, what I told the council, what I told the police in Walsall was, are you guys going to sit around, you know, playing your cultural diversity inclusion card all the time? Are you guys just going to sit around and wait for one of our girls to get raped, or one of our lads to get macheted to death, or for a terrorist attack to happen before something is done? I says, no, prevention. It's about prevention.
Yeah,
I says,
right. I know this sounds awful, but they are doing that in Ireland, and nothing is getting done.
Yeah.
They've had these incidents in Ireland, and nothing is getting done. We need to devise a plan that we support each other. We've got to be more savvy. Like, you know, me and Nibs were talking, it's got to be like locally based, that we all support each other. I think we'll have to get into having not vigilante, that's the wrong word, but groups patrolling.
Street patrols.
Or we have to stay on our own. Simple as.
I think, to be honest, I'm a realist. You're a realist. Most of the people watching this are realists, and we can see what is happening as a slow train crash, isn't it? And we can see what's going to be happening 6 months, 12 months down the line, and it's not going to be nice. And you know, it's all what we are doing is just trying to sort of, like, you know, be a voice in the wilderness, like a old Testament prophet or something, you know, just saying, like, you know, beware, you know, the wolves are at the door, you know what I mean? But the thing is, the left and the government say, let's welcome the wolves in, and it's like, don't be stupid.
Our young people are getting indoctrinated and brainwashed with black devices, gaming, and they're just living in little bubbles. If it isn't on the internet, they don't ever meet people in real life. They don't particularly do lots of interaction in real life.
Again, that is another agenda of the globalists, is to sort of, like, you know, establish these 15-minute cities. Everybody will be in their own homes in virtual reality headsets.
That's it.
You know, buying things online, never going to the shops.
That's it.
And you know, that's all. It's all by design. It's not by chance. It's not by coincidence. It's all by design. And just like that, this weaponized migration is by design. And you know, well, I think the mood of the nation, right, needs to be heard.
Yeah,
I think,
and that's why we're doing
the only people, the only people that are opposing this, right, Lou, are the very extreme left, the Marxist.
Yeah.
Because I reckon 99.9% of the population agree with us. They agree with us in private. They agree with each other quietly in the shops, in the streets. Yes, I support you and all this sort of stuff. But just like we saw with the lockdown, just like we saw with other things, you know, that the population is told what to do through the media, through the press. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, this is the narrative. These people that are coming over, so and so and so and so. But then you get brave people like yourself, like me, like other people that are standing up, right, putting their heads above the parapet and saying, like, hold on a minute, no, we have to live with our conscience. We have to live with our convictions. This is what's driving me, because I cannot sit by and in 10 years' time think, I wish I'd said something. I wish I'd done something now to stop this. I was in an ideal situation to be able to get a group of people together. We could have, I don't know, 20 people turn up on Monday. We could have 1,000. We could have 2,000. We could have 10,000. We don't know, but I cannot sit by.
There's some brilliant comments in the chat. I mean,
Let me have a look.
Scooby, you're right. At Scooby, you're right. At Cannock, the police did have their they do protect the Marxists. They'd say they protect us, but they don't. The Marxists think that they've got their moral high ground on us, but what are they? You know, I'm not going to get into that. But you're right, and also there's quite a few. We are like sheep, Michael. We are like sheep in this country because we've become selfish and we've lost our communities. That's why we've all let it go. I don't blame the people because they've been forced by society. They've been brainwashed. It's not even brainwashing. I think psychologically programmed. You know, to believe that you will go to work, you will buy, you know, the latest three-piece suite, you'll book your foreign holiday, you know, you'll cut your grass, you'll have, you know, what was fashionable, all these sheds in your garden with your, you know, your barbecues, and you'll become quite selfish, and you won't have a community, you won't care about the wider, you know, we don't go to church anymore, we don't listen to the vicar or the pastor, you know, telling us that we shouldn't be doing this, that, or the other. Same with the Catholic faith.
Yeah.
You know, we don't listen to the
we've lost our moral direction in this country.
We don't have communities anymore. We don't have communities anymore. That's why. And the other people that are coming to this country, they do have communities. And what do you think the common factor is with that? Religion.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't got a religion, what's your goal in life? What's your meaning? Because if it ain't the community and it ain't religion, what you got left?
Well, what we've seen is the replacement of what
the people.
Yeah, what we've seen, Lou, is the replacement of our Christian heritage and our traditions, our moral sort of like core of our country.
From God.
And it's being replaced.
Turned away from God.
Yeah, it's being replaced by another religious system, religious belief, religious dogma, right? And trust me on this. I'm going to say this, right? I've been reading quite a few of the comments, right? Isn't it ironic how all of a sudden we have Rishi Sunak as Prime Minister, right? We have, we have the Scottish First Minister, Hamza Youssef, right? And now we're going to have some want him as king. Most of us don't want him as king. He doesn't represent us, right? But he's somebody that doesn't really have Christian beliefs. He has other beliefs in another religion, right?
Yeah.
And we have an Archbishop of Canterbury who is not a practicing Christian. Trust me on this. His beliefs. Yep. So they've lost their moral compass, right? But they are aligning with another religion, right? And it's like a game of chess. So Saturday, we are going to see a very momentous occasion, very symbolic, whether you believe in the Illuminati conspiracy or not. Charles will become the head of the Church of England, but he will become the defender, not of the faith, but of faiths. So and he's going to drive. He's going to be the main figurehead
Yeah,
for this
yeah.
global diversity, for this global
Global
one
religion.
religion, one world religion.
Yeah.
And
It's in the Revelations. It's in the Revelations. It's
yeah,
in the Revelations. You know, it's in the Bible. All this. You know,
yeah,
Nobby, you're right. You're right again. And Scooby, I don't know what you mean. I know others that didn't go to Canada last Sunday for the same reason. Why didn't they go? Didn't understand that. Who did? Tell us more, Scooby. Why they didn't? I know there was a bit of a falling out. Sorry, I got distracted, but I just want. There's some really good comments, Dee, in here.
no, I'm just reading some of them.
Yeah, I know others that didn't go to Canada last Sunday for the same reason. What was the reason? I want to know now. I want to know. Do you know what it means, Dee?
Let me just have a
I
look.
don't know.
What was that, Bab?
Why is Scooby saying, I know others that didn't go to Canada last Sunday for the same reason? What does he mean? Are you still there?
Who's Scooby or me?
He's on here on the chat. It's just that was interesting.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it?
we've been a Christian nation. Somebody else has just put, they've lined up with their backs to left and facing our people. Leftists knew they were untouchable. Yeah, I know. Yeah, after the behaviour, after the second process, we won't go. Oh, I think Ards was saying it was because of the police's behaviour. But you can't let the police put you off going out. You can't let the police put you off and the lefties put you off going to protest. And that's what I want to say to people. We've not got many watching, but maybe people will watch it on the, when it's just sat there,
Yeah,
they maybe watch it. But please do go to Walsall. It's a different city, different policing, perhaps. No, maybe not. But don't let people put you off, even if you have to wear a mask or something. Still go
yeah.
out if that's what you want to. I spoke to some others on film that they said they weren't going
Lou,
on Sunday because
can I
afterwards
just
they've
say
left.
something? A
Yeah.
couple of weeks ago, Antifa doxed my information, my personal details out online. And yeah, it was scary because it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm going to get trouble. But I thought, who the hell are these people to
Or any other human
slur
being.
me, to say things about me and dox me? So what I did was I found out where Antifa were having a meeting, and I infiltrated that meeting. And I thought, if any of you know me, right, I hope you guys have got guts to come and say things to my face. None of them did,
Amazing.
right?
No.
Then on Sunday, the same people were at the Canic demo. I stood in
Right.
front of them. Some of them recognised me from the meeting, and they were red-faced. They did not know what to do. I will not be intimidated. I've
No.
had death threats to call off this demo. I
Have
will
you?
not call off this demo, right? I will go
That's
into the
disgrace.
heart of Antifa and I will stand up to them. I will look them in the face. I will not back down because I'm standing up for the rights of our children, the rights of our grandchildren, the rights of our homeless people, and the rights of our people in this country that are not being heard.
Sorry, I agree. We cannot be intimidated. I'm just behind the TV. I met him in Cottingham. Sorry, he's on there. I think if I press the button, it comes up on the thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to be intimidated. I had that phone call tonight, which was very interesting and entertaining. I've had a few blips, but it is a bit troubling at the time. But you think, oh, what is that? Is that it? Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, I can cope with that. What are we actually saying? I think all we're saying is, can we not have any more undocumented and unvetted males? Is that a major issue? I shouldn't think it is, really, is it?
No.
I don't understand why they think that's like a big thing that we don't want. thousands. And anyway, where's all the bloody feminists? Why would we want more men in this country? Certainly, that have not had the Western kind of, what shall I say, treatment. Men have had treatment, haven't they, over the last 100 years?
Yeah.
Women are going to do this, and you're not allowed to do that now. Yeah? Now, they want to do that, so you shut up, right? So the men have been well put in the place over, bless them, over the last 100 years. Why would we want men that don't actually recognise that we want to have our own lives, be independent, go out to work if we want? If we don't want children, we don't need it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why would these men that haven't been almost trained like our own men? And by God, have they had some shit over the last, I would say, 20 years? They have.
Well, isn't it ironic, right? Where's the outcry from the LGBT community? Because I tell you what, a lot of the attacks on the LGBT community in the Midlands have been committed by people that are coming over on the boats, right? Because trust me, they don't adhere to woke ideology.
Oh, no.
They don't care about our cultural sensitivities. They haven't come here for jam and Jerusalem and cucumber sandwiches. They haven't come here to sip their cup of tea like this. They've come here. No. They are predators, and they've been encouraged to come here. They've been entitled to come here, and they're being prepped in France by Care for Calais, right, who are helping them to say, okay, when you come over, when you land, say this, and you will not be criminalized. You will have human rights because, you know, under European law. And so, so where is the outrage of these communities, right, against these people that are going to perpetrate these things, who do not adhere to these woke ideologies? You know what I mean? Do these people coming on boats really care about zero carbon emissions? No, they don't. Do they really care about BLM? No, they don't. Do they care about other things? No, they don't.
No, they don't. And it's going to be so funny watching them deal with other people, innit? You know what I mean?
Do you know what the left are doing?
I'm just laughing at Dave. I've had to put that off because I've only remembered that I've got that facility. These people keep me going. Can I just say that?
Yeah, save our land, for God's sake.
Oh, a lamb. He's out there, isn't he? He's like we're walking outside. David,
I don't think that the lamb
How funny is that?
I know, David, I don't think that the lamb that was those two people that were caught on camera the other day stealing the lamb, I don't think that was for sexual pleasure, love. I think that was for a kebab. So, but yes, let's say no to bestiality.
Is that what's thinking about the lamb?
Yeah, lamb kebab.
No, I better not get onto that. No.
Can I tell you something, Lou?
It's like having a party. I like this.
Yeah. Lou, can I tell you something? Right. When I worked for this charity, we had a petting zoo. Right.
I love them. The TV that works recycled plastic, but that's so funny.
Yeah. Lou.
I might come up like before, actually. Oh, I might not can't taking out, but I can't. I said I would.
Hold on.
We'll have a little plot session. I'll put them together also. Hi and Thingy Bob. What the name's called? They said that they've got a spare room. So I said, I'll come up. I'll stay the night. Oh, let me have a look. These comments are amazing. I love them. It's so funny.
Lou.
What?
When I was working for the charity, we had a petting zoo, right? And at the end of every Ramadan, trust me, right, the sheep that we had, the lambs, they would go missing. They'd be stolen.
Hang on, Jay, right? The sound's gone funny. Is it back?
Yeah. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay?
Stop being bossy. It's the best man. Best man.
Oh, what's he saying?
I don't know what I'm doing. Is it on? Is it on? Is it back on?
Hello?
Ah.
Can you hear me?
Ah. Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you, but you're cracking up, Bob.
It's you. Have you got your earphones then?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you back? I went to the car to get a bottle of wine.
Hold on.
Twist your headphone plug. All right, then I'll do it.
I'll be back in a minute, guys. Hold on. Come here, you.
Bugger.
Out you go. Come on. Out you go. Stop forward.
Christ, they still want us back on. Monkey Town, am I back on? I'm surprised you're even bothering listening to us two. Is it back on?
We're just rambling on.
Well, I've plugged it and unplugged it. Fuck's sake. Fucking hell.
Can you hear me, Lou?
Michael, it sounds like I'm speaking from the moon. How do you know I'm not in the moon? It's because I went out to my fucking car. That's what it was. Sorry for swearing. It's because I went out to the car, to the boot, to get me wine. And I'm back in now. Is it back on? 5v5. I love that. Burn the TVs. Oh, he's awesome. 5v5. Hey, burn the TV. Tin of beans. Tin of beans. He knows what it means. Oh, that rhymes, doesn't it? Tin of beans. He knows what it means. Yeah, come on, get back right. So Monday, we're storming it. We're having it. We're having it.
Absolutely.
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 We're having it in Wallsal.
Yeah. We've got some great speakers. There's going to be several.
Tell them who's speaking.
Okay, we've got Simon Bean. He's a veteran. Simon Bean. He's an MBE.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's coming to do a speech.
Michael, thanks, Ben, the TV. Thank you, Ed. Sorry. Yeah, go on.
We've got Alex Hubery coming.
Oh?
Alex Hubery.
Oh, yeah, Alec. Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming down. We've got Bubba Paris.
Oh, yeah. People might not know who she is. Bubba.
Boy, is she dynamite. We've got some homeless people doing a speech, and you've got some grandmothers doing a speech as well.
Amazing. I said that, guys, didn't I, earlier? Anybody who stuck with us. Do you know how long we've been on here? An hour and a half nearly.
No way.
Yeah, have you got the father and son homeless guys?
We're going up to see them tomorrow and getting their story down. But they're going to be there. They'll be there, and what we'll do is we'll get them up, and it's about them on Monday as well. We need to hear their story. Yeah,
you've got David Sunderland.
You said David Sunderland's coming as well.
Yeah, he's speaking. You've got David Sunderland, Alex Yerbury, you've got Kate Fennin, you've got the guys, the father and son, maybe, if they feel all right to speak. You've got
Simon Bean.
Z, Simon Bean. You've got Z, aren't you, speaking?
Yeah.
She's a top lass there. Oh, my goodness. I put one of her videos on my channel, and it got, bloody 9,500 views. She went to tackle the hotels like you do.
Yeah.
She's a little spitfire, isn't she?
Oh, she's ace. Absolutely ace.
Love her to bits. As I do you. I love you both the same, but she's got that, like, when she speaks, I can really, like, resonate without, you know, when she does her videos, when she went outside the hotel, she's like
yeah,
real normal. She just speaks from the art. Do you know
yeah.
what I mean? And it's like some, ah, amazing, amazing. When she's like,
When I
I'm a,
speak, I hold back a little bit and try and
yeah,
sort of
me
like
too.
think of ways to
Me
articulate
too.
myself.
Me
But
too.
Z, she just
Right,
shoots from
go
the hip.
for it.
She
Yeah,
just
exactly.
shoots
That's
from the
what I'm
hip.
saying. We've all got something to offer, haven't we? And
Yeah,
like I say, you're a really, I think, kind, considerate person. A lot more than I am, because I'm like losing my tolerance and kindness by the hour, not by the day,
mm,
right? But when I've seen some of your clips, all of you are amazing, absolutely amazing. I mean, they've got them on my channel in the run up to this protest. You aren't just running a protest. You aren't just saying, "Oh, we'll run a protest. We'll do some speeches." You have done work, what, for the last 3 months, that I know of. That I know of. You have been out there, and their audits will pay testament to this. You've been out there. You've gone to the hotels. You've looked at where the lads have left and gone into betting shops. Do you know what I mean? You've gone out and you've put it out to inform people. All is not what it seems. That's
yeah,
what you've done. All is not what it seems, and that's what we're all trying to do. All is
yeah.
not what it seems. They're not
And
political lands.
we've been invited to help local people in Wolverhampton, in Bromsgrove as well, and in other places where people have said, look, you know, we've got unvetted men at hotels, and these hotels are by schools. That this one on Monday is by 3 schools in Warsaw.
Yeah,
3 schools, right?
that. Yeah, you've got 4 or 5. You've got at least 4 hotels, haven't you?
Yeah,
Because their audits did
yeah,
a day ago. He went to one of the hotels and it was a bit
yeah.
cagey. It's just to be continued because it didn't really. I didn't really get a grip of, and I don't think he did, of whether that hotel was actually accommodating migrants and
Yeah,
paying guests. Do you know the one he went to?
yeah. Metro Inns, yeah. But yeah, what we're going to be doing is like as we're heading towards Monday, we're going to be starting, you know, looking at doing things in Wolverhampton and in other places, and gaining evidence and building up a profile of what's happening. And we'll start with the locals. Say, let's start making some noise about it. How do you want your voice to be heard? Do you want a protest? Do you want an open council meeting? Do you want us to go to the media? What is it that you want as a local community? Not
Yeah, and
what we want,
what I
but
like
it's what the
about
local
you.
communities want.
Yeah, that's what I like about you and your gang, Donna. It's like you're not there to sell. Then no, that's not. No, I don't want anybody else to think I'm disrespecting what they're doing. Everybody's doing brilliantly. I absolutely respect and support every people that are getting out there and organising demos. But what I particularly like about you and the keg yourself, particularly you lot, is that you want to do something afterwards. You want to do something for her. I want to put the guys that you're talking to about the demo, you know, the homeless outreach people, in the description. And if there's anything, if you could give me a donation link to these guys to help Jamie and his dad or whatever,
Yeah,
right? And people were asking when I put them before, we've got lots of views and people with have and wanting to help, and they asked me who does it donate to. And have to plug. I've been on that long. I've got to recharge this bloody phone thing.
yeah,
So we're plugging in now. So I'm sorry if the audio is
yeah.
going to go off. Right. So
But
you know, in the link in the description, I'll put this charity that you're talking about, so
yeah,
that people can find their website. You can give me after day, right?
well,
And also somebody somewhere. I do not deal with any kind of money because once you get into that, it's like on the
gosh,
devil's
yes,
road.
yes,
I'm not touching it, not because I've seen so many people go down because of that.
What I will say is, if anybody's brave enough to put a donation link for the homeless or the work that you're doing, I will put it up my channel. I'll put it on the community page, and I'll put a little video on saying, oh, please donate to whatever, because there were so many people when I put out that link of Jamie and the good work that you did, getting him into like a shelter for the night, giving him a tent, giving him some money, taking him for food. If you'll do that, and this homeless charity, we'll put the link in the description. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's what I like about you guys, because you're not just saying, hang on, we don't want unvetted men in the thousands coming to Britain, on top of all the other people that are coming. You're actually saying, well, actually, we're going to do some work with the community, and we want the community to tell us what they want us to do going forward. I like that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
God bless you. God bless you, and God bless the work that you do.
It's about transforming our society, because let's face it, we are in a process of damage limitation now. We have to reclaim what we want of our British identity, right, of our culture, our heritage, and one of the things is that we need to look after our communities.
Absolutely.
This is what we need to push forward, and you have to earn the right. You have to earn the right of respect of the community as well.
Yeah,
you can't just turn up with flags or with a megaphone. You have to earn the right. You have to earn the respect of people, the trust of people.
Yeah, I agree. And again, what Nibs out and about. He's got a YouTube channel, fantastic footage on there, people, if you're interested. I know we haven't got many people watching, and they are sticking with us. Can I just say thanks very much for anybody that's sticking with us?
Yeah.
I know that we're ladies, and we talk for England. I'm going to say it. Yeah, we talk for England because we're ladies of England, and all we do is talk.
Well, on Monday, we're working with a partnership with this organisation, Best Get Outreach to the Homeless. There's going to be representatives there, and what they're going to do is, depending on this, if Monday is a success or not, they will be looking at if it's feasible and if it's right to do. They'll be looking at registering it as a proper organisation and as a charity to carry on and keep things ongoing. So it's not just for Monday. It's an ongoing, commitment to the community.
And that's why I've supported you, because I really believe in what you do. You're genuine people. You're amazing. Love it. Really do.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't get involved with a lot of people, and a lot of things piss me off. I'm not as, like I said, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not that a tolerant a person. I don't suffer fools gladly in my life. I'll just go on like I always do, on my own, independent in all aspects of my life. I'm single. My kids have grown up now, and I'll spend the rest of my time on my own, because it's my choice. And that's why I say about the feminist movement, the first generation feminist, Germaine Greer and that, think she's amazing. Well, all we ever wanted was that independence. I'm not against men. I would say the two people in my life, my best friends, are men and not women. So I do get a bit about men's burdens, definitely. However, I do like you lot. I think you're genuine, and I do care about the working class people of Britain. And that Cannock, the last protest, I happened to talk to. I didn't do a lot because I was with Arv, and he's a calming influence. So I felt quite chilled at that Cannock demo, even though it did go a bit wrong and it was very disappointing. But I could enjoy it more. Usually I'm on my guard, what the left going to do and what's going on. But I was chilled. We'd been to see Piers Morgan. We did before. Piers Corbyn the day before at 15-minute cities. But that day, I turned my camera off and I was speaking to people. And there was a couple of just really, just average, what I would call average, normal. I would say, if you're going to put them into class, I'd say higher working class couples there. Just really nice people. And they wanted to just stand and say, we don't want any more illegal migrants. And, fair play for them turning up, because it's like really scary to be called out by the left as a racist, as a thug. And that's what you do. You get called those things. And they said, I can't believe that we're being called like fascists and racism. I think the left do a really good job at putting like Middle England off going to protest. But they think the same as we do. Make no mistake. They think the same as we do. And I don't know what it'll take for us all to start, I don't know, protesting on Parliament and having a coup. But the time
we're all
is coming
waiting for that. We're all waiting for that catalyst, aren't we? Whether it's another Knowlesley, whether it's a terror attack, whether it's
we're not waiting. We know that we're not waiting.
This is it.
We're doing the very minimum what we can do in terms of getting on the street.
Yeah. And we need everybody to start standing behind us, standing with us. We need people to turn up, not because to wave flags, not just to listen to speeches, but to say to this government that we are standing unified and we're standing in numbers.
Absolutely, Dee. Absolutely, and we're standing with each other, and that's why she come to protest. Even if the government ignore us, I don't give a shit. People say, "Oh, what's the point? What's the point?" No, good. No, we go and we stand with each other, and we look to the left and we look to the right of us, and you look at your own people. And Nobby, thank you for your comments, because I totally agree with every one of them. Totally agree. And we'll go. I'll go down saying what's on my mind, and they are our people, and we're not having them absolutely destroyed like they are our young men feeling ashamed, our young men not being able to say certain words. Nah, not having it. They're not mean, our young people. They're nice people. Do you know what I mean? We are. We are, but we just want a peaceful country, and we're not going to get it, are we?
No. And it is down to us. The government aren't coming to our help, right? The authorities aren't coming down to our help. Our children's generation has become reliant on all this digital technology, right?
Yeah, totally agree.
It is down to us Generation Xers, right?
Yeah. Well, you are. I think I'm probably a boomer.
It's down to us Generation Xers who experienced real life without bloody health and safety checks and everything else. We experience life in its rawness, right? It's down to us to carry this forward. We have to leave a lasting legacy.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
We
have to draw a line in the sand that nothing is getting past us no more. We're not going to stand for any bullshit.
No, definitely not. And we'll say it on Monday. And we'll say it on Monday.
We're not standing for any of this bull beep, right? No matter what it is, whether it's drag story hour, whether it's BLM, whether it's zero carbon emissions, whether it's all, ultimate low emission zones, whether it's another jab in the arm, whether it's like, an unwanted king getting crowned. Enough's enough. We're drawing a line in the sand as working class people. We're not going to wait for the middle class to get together and tell us what to do with a hoity-toity. Oh, this is the way that you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, trust me. Let's just get on the ground. Let's just get organised. Let's just get there, and we take it from there on Monday.
Yeah. Well, we'll all be there with you, and I hope that you've inspired the local people in Walsall I hope you've done enough leafleting. I hope you've got it out in the community pages,
Yeah.
in the local community pages, and I hope they're all with you, because it really does make sense that the local people come out and say, well, I'm here. They don't have to shout. They don't have to bring a flag.
Yeah.
They don't have to do anything. I'm here to stand with my people.
Yeah.
Right? That's all. That's all we want. Even if they have to wear a mask and conceal their identity, that's all we're asking, because
Yeah.
that then gives us all energy to carry on with this. For us to our voices to be heard. That enough
Yeah.
is enough. We're not taking it anymore. We're not.
Okay.
Enough enough is enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a couple of things before you wrap things up, Bob.
Well, yeah, because we're
There's
losing people watching now, and
yeah.
I don't blame them. I don't blame
them. Is that on Monday? The exact location is Bescott Retail Park, on the car park opposite McDonald's. Yeah. Right, we've got permission. We've taken out public liability insurance. We've got the area of the park as well. So we've got the whole of the park, and we've got the car park. We've got portable toilets coming as well. We've got first aiders on hand. We've got chairs for people to sit on, like who sort of like, you know, are recovering from medical conditions and stuff. So we're trying to think about everything. So
how
yeah,
have you got the funding for it, Dave?
Well, we funded it ourselves because we believe in this. We believe in the people of Walsall. We believe in the people of this country. You know, this ain't about like looking for donations or looking for sponsorship. You know, whatever means it takes to get things done, we will do it. And there's lots of organisations who have helped us.
Yeah.
I don't want to say who they are because, you know, they don't want to be named. But yeah, we've received a lot of help. But yeah, you know, a lot of this is, you know, just self-funded. But yeah, it's starting at 2:30. But people can come earlier. We're setting up earlier, so if people want to arrive about 2:00 onwards, that is brilliant. If people want to come and help, volunteer to be stewards or marshals, come a bit earlier. We'll kit you out with high vis, and we'll give you a briefing, a bit of training, and you come and help us. Your support will be greatly appreciated, and yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that I need to say. I think there was, but it's gone out of my head.
Oh, so, we've been on nearly 2 hours, bless them. They've had to endure waffling on.
No.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have gone on too far. I don't know, but we did, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think it'll be great. I cannot believe that you've put all the energy into that. You know, toilets, bloody seats, bloody
whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. What we got as well is a cleaning up team after as well.
Have you?
Yeah, the Wombles of Walsall.
Unbelievable. It's so funny. It's
the
so
Wombles of Walsall, Bab.
Considered, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, we'll be cleaning up the litter. But another thing as well is we need the support from all the guys at the football match at Walsall versus Doncaster. So any of the guys that are at the football match and want to come and join us, there'll be signs pointing you to where the demo is going to be. Come and join us because we need your support, guys.
Yeah, that's right.
This is your town. Doncaster supporters, you're welcome as well. And the police will not prohibit you. They'll not disrupt the demo in any way. So you'll be allowed to join. Come and join. Yeah, and you know what we ask of people is that at the end of the demo is that people just, you know, leave quietly and peacefully. That's all what we ask. But have that passion, that conviction in your heart. And
you'll have all the usual suspects, won't you, from the Cannock stroke Long Eaton demos there.
Yeah.
The ones that was at Cannock.
Yeah, the organisers from
Cannock
Cannock are coming down. Great,
no,
great
I don't mean
ladies,
that.
great
I
guys.
mean the usual. I don't mean them. I mean the. I mean the lefties.
Oh yeah. Oh, they'll be coming down, but they'll be whinging, but hopefully,
Hopefully, you've got a good PA system.
Oh yes, yeah. We've made sure that we've got a good PA system.
Yeah, good.
So,
yeah,
yeah.
because at Long Eaton, they had loads of noise, and then they got the big bloody megaphone out, and it just drowned it out. It was really good.
Oh, brilliant.
Right, so thank you guys for sticking with us. Well done. You've done nearly 2 hours of me and Dee, and especially me, spoiling it by ranting on. But
Yeah.
this is a really important demo. I hope everybody gets themselves there. It's going to be a good demo. You've got seating, you've got toilets. What more do you want? You've got brilliant speakers. Yeah. So it sounds exciting. So get yourselves there. Thanks very much for everybody who's taken the time to watch us and listen to us. It's troubling times, isn't it, everybody? I hope you all stay safe. I hope everybody, is finding some comfort in these dark times. We've got summer to look forward to. So I've told you about I'll put it out on my channel, the upcoming demo. Definitely demos that the one in Leeds is to look out for. The ones that are in Yorkshire. And any other demos that I find, I'll put out. But thanks very much.
Just before you go, Lou, just before you go, just want to say a big thank you to Si and Z. Because without those two, this wouldn't have been able to happen. They're great people, honestly, and love them to bits. And I know they've had technical difficulties tonight and stuff. So, but yeah, and thanks to you, Lou, as well. Thank you for your support, your genuine support, and love you as well, Bob.
I love you guys. I do. Donna, you're
Bob, I love you.
And we know where our strength comes from, don't we?
Yeah.
We don't have to say his name on here. We know where our strength comes from. It's best not to talk about his name because people denigrate it, and I'm not getting. Yeah, no. But see you on Monday.
See you on Monday, everybody.
See you.
Take care,
God
guys.
bless everybody, and thank you so much for sticking with us, guys. Night. Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye. Bye. Bye.